Hello, I'm David Groninger here in Seattle, Washington. It's Saturday, December 19th, 2015, and what do you know, next Friday is Christmas Day, and each day I ask myself, what could I say in a 5 or 10 minute message that just might help 5 or 10 million people? And the idea I got today was to show you how I learned a particular piano piece and show you the message there. And the message for this video is simply this. It's called Put the beauty in the boring. In other words, if there's something boring in your life, like something routine, like when you learn a piano piece, when you learn any skill, when you on the road to accomplishing any goal, there are very simple little steps you have to take, each one of which might seem boring. But if you put the beauty in the boring, if you look at the ultimate fulfillment and the joy and happiness and ecstasy of the ultimate fulfillment, and you somehow compress that and encapsulate it into the single step you're on for each day, you can have all of the emotional satisfaction that would be available to you at the conclusion of your journey, if that's how you saw things. You could have all of that today, each day that you're working on it. Another way of saying it is heaven is not in the hereafter. Heaven is in the here and now. Or another way of put the magnificence in the mundane or in the monotony. So put the beauty in the boring. So I'm going to give you an example. Here's a beautiful piano piece by Chopin, and let me just give you this as an example. What if you had to learn this piece like when I did, and I had to play the first few notes like this. Now, what if somebody heard that? Would they think that's very beautiful? Would they like to listen to it? Would they like to learn that if that's what they had to do? Again, this is called the boring or the monotony. This is a simple step, magnified many times over, could create the beautiful ultimate experience. And here's the small step. Even with mistakes, but pretty soon you get it a little bit better, and pretty soon it's like this. And by the way, the sound is not very good. The camera I'm using has a poor microphone, but I'm doing this just to get the point. So the idea is this. The real piece is going to sound something like this. Or with the left hand. Now when you hear that, and if you hear the whole piece, which I'm going to play in just a moment, if it's something you really like I did, when I first heard the whole piece, I thought to myself, I'll never be able to play that because it goes too fast. And the notes, I don't know if the camera can pick this up without being blurred, but these notes are very, very small. Well, there was no way I thought I could ever learn that piece. Well, if you take something simple, because the reason was because when I listened to the entire piece back in the old-fashioned days when they had these things called records, I would feel very inspired, very beautiful. I would feel magnificent. I would feel like I was in heaven. Then I would sit down at a piano and go like this. And somehow that was not very beautiful. If only I would have had some patience, and I would have somehow felt, I can have the entire beauty of this piece in the simple work ethic, in the simple hard work, dedication, and commitment. I could feel the beauty in the boring. I could feel the magnificence in the monotony or in the mundane. I could be in heaven while still here on earth. I could be on my days off while at work. I could be on vacation in the way I experience the love of life, even while at work. It's the attitude that we take. So again, think about playing this, or any step in life on the accomplishment of any objective you want, but instead of hearing this, or instead of feeling like you're limited or trapped in something small, Instead, you hear something like this. Isn't it a little bit different? If you came into a concert hall and paid $50 for a concert, would you feel like you got cheated if the guy only did something like this? I would say you probably did, because most people would not be able to somehow access the beauty or see the entire picture based on the simple step they're doing. But in everything we're doing in the arts, an actor learning their lines, a sculptor, learning how to sculpt, a painter learning to paint, an architect learning how to do computer graphics, and not just in the arts, in every part of life, there's the educational process, and there is the experiential process of growth and becoming more competent, and eventually creating something and performing at something that has value that society will pay you back for. Well, imagine every single step in your relationships, in your weight loss, in your building toward better health, in writing a book, in everything you want to do in life, getting a new job, doing better at the work you do. You look at these small steps, and within the small steps, feel in your feelings the entirety of everything in life you want to accomplish. Feel the emotional satisfaction of winning the Nobel Peace Prize, of running the New York Marathon and coming in first place, or winning a Pulitzer Prize for your novel, or whatever it might be, or just getting the job you want, or doing the work you want, and getting compensated in the way you want. When you do the little, see the big picture. So now I'm going to play the whole piece, and remember, this is the emotion, the quality of feeling in the whole piece. That is what I'm conveying you to experience in the work that goes in. I'm actually going to turn I had my alarm clock set to go off in about a minute, but just so it doesn't disturb the piece too much, I'm going to turn it off. Well, here's the piece. It's a Chopin piece that sounds a little bit like a harp. It's not going to sound good on this recorder because it's a poor microphone, but here you go. again, I have no idea what horrible sounds it may convey into this poor microphone, but it's the only microphone that can pick up my voice at this distance at this time. So imagine somebody listening to that whole piece, feeling the beauty of that piece, and now going back and taking each little step like this. And then pretty soon. So the message is simply this: put the beauty into the boring, put the magnificent into the monotonous. Enjoy heaven right here on earth. Imagine the ultimate sensations, the greatest ecstasy of your feeling and your emotions, connected with the accomplishment of whatever in life you want to do in any and every part of life. Imagine the sense of fulfillment in the accomplishment of what you want to do. Then you take that sense of fulfillment and you allow that to be fuel or energy to feed in to your commitment and self-discipline and hard work and effort in the simple things like this. The simple building blocks of life, the little baby steps that create something big. You know, the great pyramids that were built one brick at a time, the Taj Mahal that was built, again, one little piece at a time, the Great Grand Canyon that was created by just little drops of water, you know, a little flowing stream, the Colorado River. Imagine each one of these steps done with the beauty of the entire completed step. So that's my message. Put the beauty into the boring, put the magnificent into the monotonous. Enjoy heaven right on earth, right now. This is David Groninger in Seattle, Washington, saying thank you.